Madam Chair, if I may, we've been waiting all summer long for tonight. I've been so excited. This time I'd like for Principal Billy Epting to come up, and he's going to introduce a couple of the teachers and then some special, very special students that are in our audience. So, Principal Epting.
Board members, Superintendent Hannah, thank you for inviting us this evening. Many of you may know, but I am a third-generation high school principal, and the advice that my grandfather and father gave me is to hire the best teachers you possibly can, give them what they need, and then get out of their way. In that case, I think I did a pretty good job in two individuals, Janine Mice and Kate Davis, if you will come on up. These two ladies are part of the Social Studies Department at Leon High School, and they also had a leading role in our history fair this past year. With their efforts and the outstanding contributions by our student, we've got some pretty big news that we want to announce. And I'm going to let them talk a little bit, but I'm going to have the young ladies come up. First of all, Kiera Thompson, come on up. Besides her wonderful thought of the day that she gave today, she was recognized a Certificate of Achievement as honorable mention at the National History Fair, which was held just outside of Washington, D.C. in Maryland this past summer. Incredible achievement. Not only did she win the local and the state, but to have an honorable mention at the national level is truly amazing in the Florida Senior Division. So, Kiera, congratulations. All right, and not to be outdone, Kate Powell and Creed King, y'all come on up. All right, they were in the category of the senior group exhibit category. They went a little bit past honorable mention. They went past third place. They went past second place. They became in first place in the nation in their category from all over the states, the 50 states in the United States. So congratulations to Kate Powell. All right, I'm going to have the teachers come up and say a little bit about them. Like I said, I hired them and I got out of the way, so I'm going to let them talk about the actual projects.
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Janine Mice, and this is Kate Davis. Before we say anything, there's one more group that needs to stand up, if at all possible. The Powell family, for all their help and support of their daughter as well, who, since she didn't do the pledge today, but this is Kate Powell's parents. Mrs. Davis and I were talking beforehand, and we have kind of a similar situation as Principal Epting, which was that we were able to provide some guidance in last-minute sort of appearances for projects and proofreading some things and maybe some guidance. But in all honesty, these girls did everything themselves, everything themselves. And after they won state, they were so determined to win national, they took the entire board apart and started all over again. After winning first place in state, they said, there is no way this is going to win nationals, because that's how they determined. And they started all over again from scratch. They went to the archives at the World War II, what is it called, at FSU? Is it the moment they have archives? They went through unarchived photographs and documentation and were part of the archiving process in order to get the things that they wanted and needed for their project. And it was absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And Kiara had never done a performance in her entire life, ever. And so, of course, she said, what should I do for History Fair? I'm going to do a performance. And took it all the way to nationals. And all three ladies still have a whole year ahead of them in History Fair. And after this experience, we're really excited to see what they have to do for this year. So congratulations, ladies.
Cool.
You make us proud to be teachers. Thank you.
Could I ask a question? Before you go, could you just give us a nugget of what the projects were on? Because I know they were very important topics.
See, I did my homework, law, not war, right?
I
Law,
think,
not war.
I think it would be best, can we have you come up and
Yes.
talk about your projects personally? Because you'll do a much better justice than we will.
And you can get ready to tell us about the performance as well.
Or she could just do it.
Yeah. Whichever's easiest.
That's right.
Our project was entitled Law Not War, and it was about Benjamin Ferencz, who's the last surviving prosecutor from the Nuremberg trials.
What was the name? It wasn't Nuremberg trials, but there was a case, it was like the most historic case where I guess there were 13 people or 20, I think, that were accused of killing over 1 million people. What was it, what was the name of that case?
That was called the Einsatzgruppen case, and
Say it again?
the Einsatzgruppen,
Yeah, see, I was going to butcher the pronunciation, so that's why I had you say.
and that's like the mobile killing squad unit. It was called the murder trial of the century, and it was his first case ever.
Did y'all interview him?
Yes.
Oh,
That's really cool. Where does he live?
In Grayton Beach.
So he's in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh,
so did you find some very interesting things at the archives there in FSU? Pictures, photos? I mean, I guess you did.
There were a bunch of photos and documents that I found really interesting, and it was really neat for me to like actually be able to handle them myself.
Oh,
And
okay.
knowing like that they're not available to everybody else online, it was really really.
Did you have to put on gloves and all that stuff too?
Surprisingly,
Yeah, I
no.
mean, when I see it on TV, they put on the gloves. Okay.
No, ma'am, we didn't.
Great. That's special.
I have
All right.
a
Yes,
thing
Ms.
to
Wood.
tell the girls that they don't know, I don't think. My husband plays tennis. He doesn't play anymore with a man named Pete Durland, who is 94 years old. He's a Tallahassee resident. He's a World War II veteran. And he's going to come to the Herc open house that I know you girls are going to be. And he was at the Nuremberg trials. He was the adjutant. He was in the military, and he served the judge who was there. And he's here in Tallahassee, and I told him about your accomplishments. And so he's going to come to that open house to meet you. So isn't that cool? Yeah.
Give a hand. Go ahead,
And
Ms. Supreme.
again, I would just like to thank our teachers, Miss Mice and Miss Davis, and I would also like to thank our middle school who showed us and introduced us to History Fair, because without them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
and what middle school was that?
Fairview Middle School.
Fairview. These girls are being very modest, but
Yes,
there were
they
over
are.
600,000
Wow.
students competed nationally, and 3 from Leon County. My other question was, and I asked Dr. Gale this, has it ever happened before? Have we had students in Leon County that have ever won a national championship, basically, or national honorable mention?
first.
One other time, Larry Rivers, who was a student of ours when we were at Leon in 2003, won it for a paper, for an individual paper.
Good.
It's the only other time it's happened in the history of our school system. So y'all, I don't know what you're going to do for an encore your senior year. I mean, how do you follow this up? But the class of 2019, wow.
I would not
Wow.
be surprised, Mr. Superintendent, if there is not some kind of beck and call to have this kind of information placed in a National Historical museum someplace. I mean, it sounds pretty important. So when that call happens, come back to us and let us know who made the call, where it's going, and then which television show you're going to be on. It's going to happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And now, featuring Kiara Thompson, who is going to give us at least a good snippet of her performance.
Okay, so I did a performance on Toussaint Louverture and the Haitian Revolution.
Uh-huh.
And so basically what I did was I had 5 characters, and I used those different characters to tell the story of the Haitian Revolution and its like significance today. So
did you have to go into various voices and mimics and costumes and that kind of thing? I know you just didn't stand there like that. You got
I-
all drama and did it,
I
right?
had
Dramatic?
costumes and I had
Yes.
props.
Okay.
And then at one point I was doing a French accent, but we edited it out. So
Okay. So did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Wonderful.
It was something I'd never done before. I've never taken an acting class in my life. So it's something cool for me to try, and so I'm really happy that, I
Good.
got
So
as
now
far
do
as
you
I
have an
did.
interest in theater? Why not?
I'll put it in my pocket.
All right, good answer.
Good answer.
Thank you so much. You all represent so well.
One other thing, what I would like, when was the national competition? It was in June, right? So we definitely want to bring them back this year with their projects from when it comes to show all these other students, the young ones and the older ones, what a national championship looks like. So make sure when we get going again this year with, I guess, Ms. Thompson at Montfort, overseas history fair, that we can bring your projects forward to put them on display as national champions, because they missed out completely. All right, so congratulations again, ladies. We're very proud of you.
Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you. That was fun, wasn't it? That's one of the reasons we enjoy being on the board, right?
Yes, it is.
You see what you're in for, Karina, girl? It's going to be on and popping in here. Thank you. Okay, reports to be heard. The District Advisory Council, none to date. Student Advisory
Someone
Council.
can leave too, remember?
Oh, well, let's keep them in here. Anyway, Title I Advisory Council, none today. Actually, at this point in our agenda, we have found sometimes that some students and some individuals would like to take a leave, and we are enjoying this full room, but if you must go, then I guess you must go.
But you're welcome to stay.
But you're welcome to stay. It's such a warm feeling in here today. I love it. I love
Before
it.
they leave the matter, can we, this is a photo op. I don't want to miss this opportunity. So can we take a picture with these national champions?
Yes, we can.
Quick, all right.
All right.
Around out front.
Y'all need to move this way in the middle a little bit. Go. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. Keep this way. 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. One more just in case. Great picture. Y'all look great. Go Big Red.
All right, we will allow them just a couple of more seconds to exit as we